yesterday we had talked, or whatever it was, we had talked about having matrices for each of our teachers, and that's something we've already, talked about a little bit in our team. We're finding that our teachers are having a hard time kind of balancing having consistency of school-wide expectations in their classrooms and still being able to have their own kind of individual differences reflected within their classroom too. So how, I would just love some advice on how we can support them with that balance between consistency but still having it be kind of my own classroom.
Okay, great. Has anybody approached their teams and asked them to begin the matrix work, where they had to develop a matrix for their classroom?
I've been part of one.
You've been part of what? And did you get pushback?
So we did it as a school-wide matrix, and then when we presented it to the faculty, we did get a lot of pushback. I'm at a middle school level, so a lot of the teachers said it's very elementary. The kids should just know how to behave.
Okay, great. I've experienced a little bit of the same. So when we approached the matrix with the team, we talked to teachers, we talked to the team first, we went back to the population, the entire school, and we had the conversation of, why are we doing this? And we got the pushback. They said, my classroom's running well. It's not broken, I don't want to fix it. There's nothing to fix. There's nothing for me to change. So we talked about the consistency with the school-wide expectations and how well that was going for the building and how the data is showing that the behavior is improving. And we focused that in onto their classroom, telling them that they could have some autonomy in their classroom. They know the areas that their children work in on a daily basis. The children should be a part of the decision-making team. They were going to develop the matrix to meet the expectations and the needs of that classroom, still following our 3 policies of our 3: respectful, responsible, and safe. So each area that they focused on in their classroom, they could make it autonomous to their classroom, but they had to have a focus on an expectation for respectful, responsible, and safe. So a lot of them chose areas such as a small group, a teacher table, breakfast in the morning, arrival, departure. So the matrix was developed together with the children. I have noticed some teachers saying, I introduced it, I implemented it, and it's just fine. I don't have to do it again. But observation has shown, has anyone else seen or had teachers come back to them and say, I've already done it, I've taught the expectations, I don't need to do it again?
Yep.
So what we're seeing as a team when we go into observe, we're walking through that the children aren't following the expectations and that we need to reteach and maybe review. So we're trying to work with teams on the start of every transition, just reviewing those expectations real quick. Don't forget, at center time, the expectations are. So teachers are feeling a little bit more ownership in it and are getting a little more willing to participate.